spent 150.
So you're still like 4 levels behind.
No, I maxed out my counter.
No, not you.
Golda.
Oh, okay.
Golda, who's 70 points still sitting on. That means you're that much weaker.
That's like, a good 4 missions worth of experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, several talents and or skill upgrades or, to make you better, more powerful.
Y'all
Yes.
would be
Faster,
proud.
stronger.
Kelly totally got
Right?
all of her special talent.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
it started on,
I have almost everything for my special talent. And I like how to get started on another one and how to pick which one is going to be worthwhile and isn't going to overlap with people in the group is trickier. And I tried doing the math for grading my skills. And it's a lot to upgrade your skills to not see any change in what you get.
It's a big investment for very little dice pool.
Yeah.
So, Golda, the recommendation, you have your overarching archetype, and underneath that you have what your class is. But there are other classes underneath that archetype. So, for instance, I'm a commander, I'm a tactician, which is the subtype. My next
So how much is
specialty is going to be
to another specialty?
So within the same tree,
Uh-huh.
When I checked it out, I could buy one for 30 points.
If it's in the same diplomat group, yeah.
Yeah. If it's outside of the diplomat group, then it costs 40. But if you stay within diplomat, you're not really going to be stepping on anyone else's toes, most likely.
Right.
Well, is she diplomat or is it something else?
No, my character's diplomat.
Is it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She's an agitator.
Yeah, I didn't remember the agitator being under that.
Diplomat, yeah.
Because I think it falls under something else in one of the other books. Maybe. But I could be wrong. Because I was doing an agitator. What was my mix? It was something else. I'm trying to look at
the propagandist.
Oh, yeah.
With the camera.
Yep, they work together well.
Totally gave me those feels of Macross 2.
Yeah, I'm actually saving up to buy my next specialization, and I'm going to go figurehead.
I was laughing. One of my choices is senator. I'm over this game. Deuces.
I'm taking a promotion. I've dissolved the Senate. What? I just got on board.
I was going to say.
I didn't even get my first lobbyist check.
Dang it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be probably a harder one to justify moving into. I don't know. I mean, versus starting as a...
All of a sudden, you find out Simi put her on the ballot with her name matching a dead senator's exact name. And it's totally an Eddie Murphy movie.
That is what I was going to say. Both a name you know.
Yeah. But overlapping some stuff isn't terrible. I mean, never hurts to have backup and overlap depending on what you're looking at. You can always go something where you get some other skills that might come in handy, some combat or something. I mean, it just depends on what you want to do.
Especially when you crazy nuts, split up like you do.
Yeah, it doesn't have to make perfect sense. To do what you think sounds cool for a story and character plot, it'll work. I don't know that you could really break a character in this game.
Nah, pretty much it's set that it caps to that point. You could always put more points into your discipline, deception, and charm. I mean,
Yeah,
granted,
nothing
it's
else, more
20
dice
points
pool's
will
better.
get you a green, that's it. But it's still a fourth dice.
Yep. Or look at what, if you haven't hit both dedications, look what you got to do to get to dedication so you can get one of those up to a higher dice pool.
Where can I read about dedication?
It'll
It's at
be
the bottom
at the
of
bottom of your talent tree.
Yeah, pretty much every talent tree at the bottom, through whatever pathing, there's dedication, which gives you a single character, +1 to a single characteristic.
All right, let me figure out where that is for my guy.
Yeah, if you haven't hit both dedications, then I would consider that, because, yeah, upping that dice pool is good.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going down the recruit tree. Got an.
Yeah, I'm on the recruit tree now. The cadet, actually.
The Imperial cadet, yeah.
I thought about going down my recruit tree, but then I looked at figurehead, and everything on the last row is just so flippin' juicy that I'm like, nah, I don't need to waste time on that tree. I'll go down this tree instead.
I mean, that tree is the one that gives you like a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's a jack of all trades. We don't need jack of all trades type characters. We all have set roles, and so I'd much rather go for spend a destiny point to recover strain equal to presence rating. Well, presence is
true,
5.
But some overlap in some basic skills is always good, especially like some overlap in some more combat would be really nice, so that we're not relying on one person to do all the fighting.
But we're not supposed to be doing fighting. That's not what our group is about. And then we get to our next. Hold on. So even better in a fighting situation, natural leader once per session may re-roll any. Oh, I'm sorry, no, not that one. The improved commanding presence once per session may take commanding presence action, make an opposed cool versus discipline check to force target to leave the encounter.
Okay, 8 target out of 8. That doesn't help.
If we're fighting 8 targets, we're host. It's game over.
Well, not if you guys had better defenses and some combat.
We're not trying to turn this into the dark side campaign we played. This is supposed to be about espionage and spying and sneaking around. If we're getting in a fight with 8 people, we really screwed up.
Have you seen the dice rolls?
Yeah.
Shit happens. Shit happens.
Well, we're in a position where I can lie our way out of just about anything. So.
Yep, figurehead. It's all about the figurehead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So has everyone spent their experience points?
Yep.
All except for 5 points.
I have 10 points, but like I said, I'm saving for figurehead, so I have a ways to go.
Okay, so as the camera pans down and the Star Wars music starts up, as the group is kind of gathered around on the Imperial shuttle, as it's flying through space in the solar system, you've got your hostage tied up because we had a convenient Imperial picture. We're totally going with that. You've got him restrained in his safety harness after he was crashed into the wall, and he's got that little dainty blood on his lip and his nose where he banged around the ship.
And he's gagged.
And as he is gagged and you're all deciding what to do with him, a small blinking light on the communications panel is blinking.
Okay. Investigate.
Someone gonna go
What this?
flick the switch?
Well, no. I'm going to read what the switch says or is before I go flipping switches.
As soon as you go up there and check, it's a response from rebel intelligence from the communication you sent once you were a safe distance away, acknowledging that you have a Imperial passenger, and it's a series of directions. Oh look, we have 2 people that have rolled their story points.
Oh, I suppose we could do that.
Ooh,
Oh, shoot.
David
Not in
forgot. There's a first.
I'm not even in yet. I forgot I wasn't even
And
in.
of course, I always roll black.
Well, it's Simi's primary color.
That's true. It is.
I will flip the switch.
I
As I roll my-
see me and I want to paint it black.
Please don't do that again.
Came with the Imperial red eyes and black armor.
That's your skill. No.
As-
Where am I at?
As it looks like Tozen is going to the bridge to look at the communication.
Yeah, like I said, I flipped the switch once I read what it is.
And
No.
it comes through with an exceptionally heavy encryption. I mean, it looks like any computer on Fallout.
Nice.
Which means we totally need someone to give me a computer's roll to decrypt it.
I wonder who that would be.
Hey, you want to look at this? Makes no sense to me.
I volunteer for it as tribute.
Okay, see me come shifting up there with your servos going.
Something might prove actually interesting.
As
Okay,
you
let's,
see the beautiful solar system as the ship is traveling at what would be a very fast speed, but with the beautiful ambiance, looks like you're just slowly gliding through the back, and you still have 38 minutes on the doomsday timer for the station.
Nice.
Okay. You
Yeah.
ready for
Yep. You're
Yeah, it looks like an old code, but a good code. So check it out.
As immediately Simi puts her probe in there and does something, and the words in classic 70s style computers start translating to the correct words. And immediately, Simi, you recognize there's a astrogation coordinates, but it looks like the coordinates are incomplete. Someone's going to have to roll an astrogation to complete it. But the directions are basically kudos for your squad for the hopefully mission that will be proven fruitful. But please bring the snack that you have procured to the vending machine at the following location. And then there's the astrogation coordinates.
I have 5 green in astrogation.
Well, that's good because I just fly this thing. I don't do no astros.
I too have 5 green in astrogation.
Well, then why don't you take the roll?
You want to give me an assist with a blue?
Yes.
Okay.
And Jim, before I do that, why don't I go ahead and make a knowledge roll?
I've got your 3 dice waiting.
Which knowledge?
It's warfare, right?
I mean, we can do warfare, sure.
Yeah.
I've got a lovely 4 successes, so
you got 4 blue dice to hand out through the adventure.
Excellent. All right, so I'll go ahead and make my astrogation check if you are ready. Gesundheit. And Kelly's giving me a blue, yes?
Yep.
Okay, and at first you look at these coordinates and you're like, this isn't on any map.
Oh, what the hell? Let's give me another blue.
Okay, I added your blue and something else.
Oh.
Go ahead and take. Yeah, I saw you flip that point. Go ahead and take. Right?
Excellent. A dark side on an astrogation check. What's the worst that happens?
Right?
Apparently,
He sweats a little.
not that. So you take one little point of strain as a little bead of sweat goes down your very long neck. And you immediately realize these coordinates are a actually serious hyperspace jump, because remember, you guys are in the core. It's a mid-rim jump, so this is like a 17-hour jump that they're giving you coordinates wise. But it's to a very ass end of the mid-rim.
All right. Well, I make corrections and adjust course, and
Okay.
Just one quick question.
oh, hey, there's
What are we
a
going to do with
story
him?
finder.
That's what we're doing. We're going to drop him off.
Rebel Command is saying, please bring us the tasty snack that you have procured.
Okay. I thought that the tasty snack was about the files, about the information that we got.
No, it's
It was about us taking
him.
this guy. How do they know we have this guy already? We just got on this damn ship.
Because you're good
When
rebels and you bragged.
Exactly. As soon as we left the station and I was sure we had a secure channel, I communicated to Rebel Command that we had procured a package. A high-valued package.
It's really kind of sad we don't get to watch the fireworks.
I mean, you could always fly casual to catch it if you wanted.
Yeah, no.
No.
Nope. We're on our way.
Not with an ISB agent aboard.
So while Tozen and Melnock and Simi are in the cockpits, what are Prit and Lachelle doing?
Braiding each other's hair.
Right?
All right then.
Eve, looking uncomfortably at the rebel spy that we have here.
Ooh,
You mean the Imperial ISB agent? Or the
Did you
rebel
look
spies?
at the picture? Did you look at the picture on Roll20?
You mean the Imperial spy that's right there?
That says I'm a rebel spy on him?
Oh, yeah, it's too small. I can't read that.
Oh, okay,
read
sorry.
that?
It literally says I'm a rebel spy, and I was laughing.
It's true.
In an Imperial
Andor.
uniform.
It's a chibi Andor.
Okay.
But it totally
I
worked.
see.
Because it was easy and quick to grab off the splash sheet. So, you
I'm
guys...
giving him uneasy looks. He's still passed out.
He appears to be passed out.
Periodically check him to make sure he's not trying to undo his cuffs.
That he's
Yep.
breathing.
Or just cuff them.
I mean, he is cuffed, but...
I hear they like that. No. Cuff them across the...
Oh, yeah.
Cuff him across the cheek.
Mm-hmm.
So Lachelle, give me a vigilance or perception check.
Okay.
Especially since you're staring right at him.
Periodically just shoot him on stun.
I'll even give you a blue since you've been like mad dog staring at him.
I talked to him already. Good Lord.
All right. So a vigilance or a what?
Or a perception.
Give it a shot.
He totally looks like he's out cold. He's slumped
Okay, then
over.
I'm going to do what I was going to do when we were talking about it. I am am thinking back on the time that I spent. Oh, we were just in the elevator together. It wasn't very much.
As we know why you failed the vigilance roll, because you're daydreaming back when you were in the lift together.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what's happening.
Flashback. Whoop.
So I would like to use my signature ability.
Oh.
No, that's not gonna work. All right, dude's asleep.
Dude appears to be asleep. See, I throw that out there. Instantly butts pucker.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm flying the ship.
As the ship's totally starting to turn sideways, not going on its course, aiming up for that hyperspace jump. As you guys feel the ever so slight gravity change as the ship changes its orientation. And then all of a sudden, I'm assuming that Melnock's going to hit the warning button on the hyperspace, give everybody a heads up before you jump.
Sure.
As you get this double red light blink, which is the universal Imperial code for strap your asses in. As just after you see that, you guys take off at full speed into hyperspace.
Put a new
Nice.
ribbon in Prit's hair.
God.
As you guys are playing with each other's hair while the prisoner seems to be out cold.
Because clearly that is what we are doing today.
I mean, if you guys want, you two can roll discipline or cool and regain some strain since you're having, girl bonding time. That's fairly relaxing.
Sure, I'll roll cool so you get some strain back.
Look at that. You get 3 strain back and you're only down 3.
Down 3, so I'm now
Apparently,
down
having someone play with your hair, getting in a ribbon is exactly what you needed right now. And Lachelle, who happened to also be down just 1, has now recouped that 1.
That's right.
And how did you restrain him, by the way? Allow me to close my eyes and hear your description of what you used to tie him up. There's a long...
Gunter's the one who did it. So what did you do, Gunter?
I'm not the one who did it. Somebody that's more agile did it. But if you want me to describe what we did...
I mean, we know we have him in cuffs, and we have him, I feel like we have him like the old-fashioned movies where they strung a rope around you and then tossed you on the railroad tracks. That is what I am envisioning.
Yeah, we basically hogtied him, except worse. We found some rope on this here shuttle, and we practiced some bondage on him, where we basically clasped his hands together behind his back, and then wrapped rope around his hands and arms all the way up to his elbows behind his back, before bringing it down to his ankles around his waist and tying his ankles together as well.
Okay, so just so I know, who's got the great survival or coordination roll, so I know what the difficulty is to get out of these bindings? Followed by an additional upgrade since you're using a ridiculous amount of rope doing this.
My survival 3.
Yeah, survival 3, green. What was the other?
Coordination or survival, and mine are both 2.
Coordination 4, green.
My coordination is 2, and my survival is 3 in green.
If it was brawn, I'd have 1 yellow, 3 green.
That's about what I am.
All right, so it sounds like my 5 green survival is the best.
Sounds like it.
I'll go ahead and throw a blue your way too.
Okay.
Oh ho ho. Okay.
People are a little nervous.
Just so we know, when you were coaching him to continue using more ropes. More ropes. Let's just lay him down and roll him in the rope.
In fact, stuff some rope in his mouth before you gag him.
You know what works better than rope? Nothing.
Make it nice and tight. Who cares if he loses circulation?
So you guys are off into hyperspace, so you guys can, abandon the cockpit if you want. It's basically got the alarm that'll let you know, hey, here's your 10-minute warning, here's your 8-minute warning, here's your 6-minute warning. You better get in the chair quick to turn the hyperspace off.
I'm just reclining the chair and taking a cat nap.
I mean, limbs can go without blood for 17 hours, right? You can always just grow them back.
Mine can.
Am I to roll my survival for the tie-in yet?
No. That's the difficulty to get unbound. I just needed to know.
That's what he's rolling against.
Somebody wakes up and secretly tries to get untied. I just needed to know what the difficulty would be.
Gotcha.
And Golda, don't forget to remove your 1 strain because you made that 1 success. You should.
I did it, but I didn't click out of it, so it didn't disappear. It should be disappearing shortly.
Yep, it just disappeared. So, are you guys doing anything during the 17-hour trip to the outer edge of the mid-rim?
Napping.
And this is like a bullshit roundabout route where you got like 4 stops, which is a stop, reorient, fire off the hyperdrive. And thanks to somebody's ridiculous roll, it's really uneventful. Or is anyone going to talk to the prisoner, wake him up? Or are we just screen swiping to coming out of hyperspace?
Totally screen swiping.
Nobody's gonna talk to the guy.
Hell no, he's an ISB agent. Fuck that.
So?
He's gonna try to worm into your head and...
You come here and talk to him. I can try to have a conversation with him if he wakes up. Did he wake up?
He does not appear to be awake.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say 17 hours.
He's got to wake up somewhere. He still looks like he's asleep. I'm gonna check his pulse and make sure he's not dead.
Until you totally check his pulse, and since he basically rolled the evil trifecta, even with his super special secret, all of a sudden you're like, is he dead? And you go up and you get ready to take his pulse, and as you walk up you totally see a slight flinch, and you smell some burning rope, and then you're just like, what? And you lean him forward and you can totally see that one of his pinkies on his pinky on his left finger is actually retracted, and there's a little laser burning one of the ropes. But of course, it's burning one of the redundant ropes, so it's not actually loosening his binds whatsoever, and you totally catch him that he was playing possum while trying to cut his ropes.
Frickin' lasers.
What do? You now know he's got a mechanical pinky.
Do you make Tozen aware of this?
Well, he's not going to have it for too much longer.
That's exactly what I was going to say, is cut it off.
The pinky or the ring?
The pinky, the ring, everything. Cut off the whole hand.
So it's his pinky nail is retracted? Is that, did I hear you correct?
Correct. His pinky is bionic, and it's got a laser that he's using to cut himself free.
Oh. You got a tool hand.
Go, gadget pinky.
Yes.
What do? Is you realize that this sly dog was playing possum for who knows how long, and he totally did a mouth twitch when you stepped up. It was probably an arrogant smirk until he failed horribly and you smelled the burning rope, and you pulled him forward and you totally see his pinky exposed with a little utility laser going into the rope.
Off.
And it burns. And it
What the
burns
hell
out
is
with the
this?
despair.
Oh, I'll totally give you that. His mechanical hand just goes. Obviously, he
Yeah,
didn't
because I
return it.
don't necessarily want to cut his
Like the
hand
whole
off,
hand.
but I also don't want him to have this working.
Well, you're going to share the knowledge because you're the one who's seen this.
Yes, I turn around, without turning around, I say, Crit, there's something shitty about this guy's finger. It's creepy.
And he just looks at you and says, "You rebel scum."
And I look at him and I'm like, yeah,
He
better
says that,
than
he says
being
that through the
better
gag.
than being the Empire's bitch.
But
Crit,
he's not
can
like,
you come over
"Oh,
here right
oh."
quick and help me?
As you can see, he's like,
Wow.
Is that a yes?
gagged
And
and he's
Tozen-
kind of fighting from the ropes.
Did you, Golda? Who did you call out to come and help?
I called Crit to come help me.
Oh,
He's
okay.
still fighting. He's fighting the ropes.
He's struggling effortlessly against the ropes. He's not getting anywhere.
As soon as I see with the laser, I will go, Tozen, you might want to look at this.
Tozen! Tozen comes walking out, and you see the guy struggling. He's trying to spit the gag out, but he can't. And he's obviously got his gloved hand, his little utility laser burned through the leather, and that's totally what she smells, was the burnt leather. And it seems to have like frazzled out with a little whiff of smoke.
Good.
I'll wander back with all the commotion.
I'm gonna check it out and make sure that he doesn't have any other hidden specialties
Someone's
in
going
that.
to check him. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna need 2 different rolls from you.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
So go ahead and give me a perception check. First roll.
Oh boy. Oh, where is my perception?
It's in the P's. Oh, look at you using that story point, bringing it back to my way.
Let's see. What?
Okay, in the alphabetical list.
Okay.
Yeah, and throw me a blue in there too.
Ooh, he's cashed in those blues quick. Even
Today,
Alex
yep.
is joining in. Gotta get in there.
Oof.
As you pat him down, and you're just like, nope, he's safe. That was the only thing he had was his mechanical finger.
Can I make a mechanics check or robotics check or something?
For what?
For any other implants he may have.
Other than his mechanical hand, you don't notice anything. And go ahead and
make sure the hand's broken, or make sure to disassemble it.
Yeah, you could totally do a mechanics to take it off.
Yeah, let's do that.
You're gonna totally.
Can I assist with the mechanics? I have 5 green. Technically, I also have 5 green in medicine.
In case something doesn't disconnect properly at the right spot.
That'll totally give you a blue for the mechanics check to steal the hand.
Now, do you want mechanics or do you want medicine? Which would be...
For cybernetics, it's mechanics.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you have no problem taking his hand off. You reach back, you do a flick, and the mechanical hand just drops off like Winter Soldier messing with someone from Wakanda.
You did it hands down!
Well, he's going to do it one-handed, so.
And you do have a crap ton of advantage there.
I do, as a matter of fact.
In regards to him, how are you using that?
I just want to go ahead and disable the target again. Yeah, we'll use 3 to disable him.
Okay. You basically do a pressure point and make him pass out again?
Yeah.
That's no fun.
And I've
Jeez.
totally got something to give you for the the last 3, if you like.
Sure. Let's hear it.
As you're holding his hand, and before you use the Vulcan nerve pinch on him, the Camino nerve pinch with those long fingers, you totally look into his eyeball and you focus with your big saucer dish eyes. And you totally realize that, much like your friend Lachelle, he does have a cybernetic eye.
Hmm.
Oh, that's got to come out.
That's
Yep.
most likely recording something.
I bet it does.
So, see, you take all the fun out. Knocked him out. Jeez.
I mean, now the worst part is, now that he's out cold, what are you gonna do?
Remove his eyeball.
Ooh.
Well, I was going to entertain him, but
Give me a medicine for that. I'm assuming, Simi, are you going to assist?
Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be ugly.
I could take it out real easy.
Ready?
Yep. Oh, look at that, like clockwork. There's this disgusting montage where you guys throw him back while he's all tied up and gagged, and you totally go and you stretch his eyelid back in classic, 80s sci-fi movies, and you hit a button and the eyeball kind of extends out of the socket so you can get a good grab on it and twist, and the electrical connector that connects it pops out and then recesses back into his eye socket. And you totally have his mechanical eye, as you notice that there's a little blinking light behind the eyeball saying that it's currently recording.
Mm-hmm. Do we know where the memory for that recording is?
That would be in the back of his skull.
Yeah. All right. Well, we turn him over and we start operating on the back of his skull. No, we don't.
Now, you could, Johnny Mnemonic that shit and slice it if a computer person wanted to do that.
I was going to say, you could probably hack it from the front. As you got the
Yeah.
eyeball
It's
out.
so much more fun to get a nice dull spoon and you start.
Well, no,
Go ahead.
I can solve that with some cauterization.
I'm going to go ahead and slice it then, okay?
We very quickly turned into the uncaring Camino and the Jedi who just wants to cut him with his lightsaber.
I have your computer roll ready. Oh, I do not have your computer roll ready. I do now.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Sadly, this thing does not have the best encryption. It did have a total black that she's ignoring. I feel so ignored. So you take a single point of strain from the effort of hacking this, because it's so weird with the whole organic perspective. Even though you and Lachelle have almost the same exact features, just slightly different. So what would you like for the triumph? And don't feel bad to ask for something really juicy. For an eyeball, for an ISB agent.
Like I said, download all the data, like with good shit that he was looking at and dealing with on the station.
All the things that he's done recently, yeah.
Either that or make sure he doesn't have anything else on him that he could use against us.
I'm not that worried about that.
Also, does he have a backup?
Well, and also make sure that there's no way for it to have to see whether it has already transmitted or whether.
That's what I mean. Like,
I'll give you that for those successes. You have enough successes. You know that it has not been duplicated, so you're the first person to download it, as well as you know that it has been a while since he's downloaded it.
Yeah, just download all that data and wipe it.
And you can totally hit the delete all or factory reset.
And then we don't have to interrogate, ask them questions, because we'll have a bunch.
It. I mean, but I have a copy of it, right? So that we can give
Correct.
to...
Yep.
Okay, good, because that I definitely wanna.
Yeah, copy and wipe.
Yep, copy and then factory reset.
Yep, that's what I suggest.
Gone. Okay. As you start going through it, and you're seeing all the schmoozing that everyone on the station did to this guy. Now, on the recording, Simi, are you starting with right now and watching it in reverse, or are you watching it from the start of his recording? I just want to
see how far back.
Repeat that.
I was going to say, let's see how far back he goes, but then I was thinking about it and like, maybe see from when we got to the station forward.
So the question, Kelly, was, do you watch the footage, and are you watching it in reverse, or are you going back to 3 days ago when it started recording and watching from there?
Oh, I would like to start at the beginning. Start at the very beginning.
It's a very good place to start.
Okay, so Steamy's basically busy watching on fast forward the last 3 days of this guy's, life. I'll give you some highlights as they come up on fast forward. So what did you decide on that triumph? You kind of cut out there.
Suggestions, guys, for the triumph?
Just the one I made earlier.
I don't think she heard you on that one.
Oh, that we have found the last of his counter-espionage pieces of equipment, and we now know he is absolutely clean.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, you totally take off his shoes, and you realize he has an escape kit in one of his shoes, and now...
He's got a fucking phone in one of them, doesn't he?
Maxwell's smartass.
That's right.
As you totally check, and there's no other metallic devices on him that you can detect. Okay, so he is out cold, he is missing his shoes, he is bound up, he is missing his hand and his left eye. He looks a little rough right now. That and the rope gag in his mouth totally takes away from the ISB sexy clothing.
Yeah, about every hour I'm using sense to check his emotional state, to determine if he wakes up.
Okay, so about 6 hours into your trip, you totally sense that he's coming back around.
Okay.
Do you let anybody know, or?
Nah, I'm gonna go in and sit next to him, and then I'm gonna assemble a little device, and I'll actually ignite and start playing with it. Right, kind of moving it around, kind of spinning in front of his face here and there, and just playing, practicing.
And just to refresh, what color is the lightsaber?
Oh, I don't remember what I went with. Actually, I think it was the crystal. I think it was blue, if I remember.
Lavender.
Fuchsia. Yeah, no. I think we cracked. I think we had yellow and blue. I think we cracked the yellow one. That I had written down somewhere, but I believe it's blue. Yeah, kit, blue and yellow, kyber crystals, silver assembly. Yeah, I think the yellow was, or was it the blue cracked? I don't remember.
Because we have little glowy effects with the lightsaber.
Well, we'll go with blue cracked, yellow works. So it's yellow. Because I don't remember. I thought I marked it, but
okay.
So yeah.
If it wasn't before, it is now.
Right. It attuned to me. So just sitting next to him, playing with the saber. Like I said, every once in a while, it passes kind of close to his nose.
And when you do, just hearing the hum, he immediately voices his opinion while keeping his eyes closed, or I should say, eye closed, and says, "So, not only are you rebel scum, but you're traitorous Jedi too. I assume you're going to use your mind tricks on me."
That would require a mind.
Ah, so you admit you act on impulse as an animal.
Why are you on fire?
It's the effects
Oh, got
put
it.
on me. That he's put on
Fancy.
This
So.
Jedi's on fire.
Yeah. It's like if that was the case, this would have been through your face already.
So I assume I have been captured and taken to a secondary location.
No, we're still on the station.
Yeah, we haven't gone anywhere.
We're not rebels. We're the ISB.
Oh no.
Okay.
All affairs.
Go ahead and Tozen, give me a deception.
I'm not even there. But I can give you a deception if you really want.
You're right there in the space. I mean, there's either the cargo bay or the.
Yeah, I'm up. I'm up here.
And everybody can hear everything. So.
Yeah, you're all with it. It's not a lot of room in here. It's a school bus. So,
all right, fine.
Give me your deception roll.
Hey, succeeded, but wow.
You succeeded, but he says, "Your voice. What are you really? You're obviously not human. Not with the reverberation you have." And he'll, let you take 1 point of strain as he's blown through your cover. He's a smart man.
I don't answer him.
Immediately, he ducks down.
He's sitting up there. His eyes have gotten all wide, and he's all like pouting, like, "Oh."
He's a Kaminoan. He's emotionless.
Oh, come on! I've watched the shows. They get a little excited, and the eyes open on situations and stuff. Get all.
They totally have
precious.
eyes.
All precious moments, looking like.
Like.
Oh no.
The big wide eyes, like, this is a shocked face. And then I'll do the cat blink, because that's as much motion as you're going to get. Because I might just murder you and vivisect you in your sleep.
Yeah, might not show the emotions. Doesn't mean they don't have emotions.
Sure.
They just get at holding it.
After your 16th generation of cloning your people, kind of taper some shit down. So he totally opens his eyes and looks up and says, "Will you afford me the decency to sit up?"
Nope, you're not a decent person.
Oh.
And when you say that, he kind of like pulls himself up and puts his bare feet on the deck.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's hold the horses here. Let's take a look. Let's see here. Yeah, I got 2 lights. I'll set them up with the force.
Ooh, okay. You totally use the force to push him up, and he feels it, and he just like squares his eyes, looking at you with side eye. As
little move action.
He is totally acknowledging that yes, you are a Jedi. You have those wizard ways about you.
Yeah, I don't just have a fancy glowy stick for nothing.
So what is the next step in the plan for you, scum? Are we hiding on one of the airlocks on the station? Buried in the bowels of the cargo hold?
Yep, that's it. We don't know how we're going to get out of here. No, I don't say that. I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Pretty bad if you can't identify the cargo or the cargo space on a.
Oh no, he knows exactly where he is, but he bought the lie that you're back in the station because it was successful.
True.
Maybe he imagined while he was out cold that the ship went to hyperspace.
Yeah, I don't think we'd be on a cargo hold. They wouldn't. It'd be a little breezy in there.
So are you planning on letting me go or taking me off the station? And he totally squished you.
Why are you asking questions as if we would answer you? Why don't you, ask questions that are worth asking? Are we going to kill you, springs to mind?
If you were going to do that, you would have already done it while I was out cold.
Maybe we are excited about the prospect of killing you. With all of this attitude that you're giving when you're clearly not going anywhere but where we want you to go. This attitude is not really the right track to take, shall we say.
Oh, I'm sorry. You think I should be scared? Unfortunately, and he looks down at his feet, I'm unable to quake in my boots for you if that would have made you feel better. As he totally looks across the cargo where his boots are sitting over there against the wall.
Do not expect anything other than my derision. You are a worthless hunk of humanity, and I will be glad when you are no longer defacing my life.
In that case, let me know once you've made your decision of what you're going to do. And he totally tries his best to stretch his arms, to have his arms on his lap, and just kind of bows his head and leans back in the chair like he's trying to catch a nap. Which you totally notice he is not asleep, but he's breathing in a very rhythmic mode, like a little bit of, meditation.
He's doing that crazy Jedi stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't believe in Jedis around here.
What? I don't exist. I'm not
real.
No, two of them.
He keeps insisting that Jedis are fake, and then he's exercising a what do you call it? A practice that a Jedi would do to calm themselves in a situation where they have a lack of control. And it just makes me laugh. But I got up and walked away. As soon as I said I would be happy when he was no longer facing my vision, I walked away.
As you walk away, all of a sudden Prit and Malnock totally notice he has a smirk on the corner of his mouth. That when Lachelle walked off, he scored a tiny victory.
He did. He got to her.
It may be the only victory he has today, but he got to you. But he kind of tries to maintain his facade that he's just doing some Corellian yoga.
Alright. I put the lightsaber away, and I've had my fun toying with him, so I'll go back to my pilot's seat and
leaving Prit all alone with him.
Kick it back and take a nap.
Okay, as you get there and there's the beautiful glow of the star field in front of you blurring out. As we get a screen swipe, if no one's doing anything, we're just gonna swipe to
I'm reviewing material, 3 days worth of material.
3 days worth of TV.
I know my limits. I don't have the skills to banter with him for any kind of skill checks, because that's other people's job. I just wanted to toy with him.
I say gag him and let him sit there, uncomfortable.
As all of a sudden Simi goes, "Ah, that's unusual. And you totally realize that he's a family man with a wife and 2 kids at home as you watch his little montage of him shaving in the morning and getting dressed. As you realized he was doing a few interviews back on the planet on Corulag, as he flew with his ISB retinue to the station, sort of like what you did, but he came on an Imperial shuttle, and there was a prisoner on board the shuttle.
Of course there was.
As you totally see that the prisoner was put in the brig on the station, which, gives you a momentary pause that, there's a potential rebel spy captured on the station.
Well, there was.
When it blew up 5 hours ago.
Like I said, well, they know the risk when they took the job.
There's nobody on that ship now.
Like I said, they know the risk when they took the job.
And you totally have some great footage of Lachelle schmoozing with all the Imperials at the Officers Club. This gentleman seemed to have a unnatural focus on her in the creepy way. He was watching her often. Organics. So ooky. But other than that, you're not really noticing anything except for a few passwords that you totally noted down. Basically, you saw all of his passwords.
Nice.
At many a point during his 3 days, he had to type in some passwords, and you got full view of them.
Well, that'll come in handy somewhere down the road, I'm sure.
Yep.
So immediately, Melnock hears the boo on the dashboard, giving you the warning that it's almost time to come out of hyperspace. I'm assuming you follow the warnings timer just like clockwork.
Yep, like a yo. Settle in.
As immediately everybody kind of gets comfortable as you slide the hyperspace toggle down and break out of hyperspace. In a very busy section of space, there seems to be like an old mining facility in a large rock that's just rotating through space. It's got a couple antennas that look bent and kinked and damaged, as you see lots of small rocks kind of twirling around this field. And you're just picking up an automated warning beacon saying, please do not approach, it is unsafe. The mining guild will not accept liability if you get hurt boarding this old retired location. No lawsuits in Star Wars, except for the lawyer about the Jedi.
Or if you're a Hutt.
The problem with Hutt lawyers, immediately they'll say, trial by combat.
So I'll follow whatever guidance that is broadcast and or given.
So the directions
or
you had
identified.
Was just to go there and signal once you've arrived.
Oh, well, hey.
You can totally go into the field to hide yourself.
I don't know what we'd be hiding from at the moment, but
that's totally up to you guys if you want to be cautious and take a concealed, hidden position in the asteroid field.
Because there should be just our people, hopefully, but somebody want to signal and say, yo?
Is it just say yo, or are you going to require some kind of roll?
Just get on the secure channel and send the message that the DoorDasher has arrived at the doorstep. Or some code to some effect.
Stardasher has arrived with your meal.
That's got to be a great name for a ship.
Right?
Stardasher.
Okay, so you send the signal.
Yep.
And you basically get like a single ping response, just a tone, not even a word. And then immediately a Republic cruiser blasts out of a quick hyperspace jump within safe distance of you guys.
Oh, well. about that?
As they totally say, please confirm your identities. As you
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
You feel the church pointing in your direction.
Yeah, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot here for delivery.
As immediately they give you directions to hook up to the airlock on your shuttle to their transport. Are you gonna pilot on in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a champ, I will.
And they'll give you some assistance for a blue dice.
All right.
And I'm totally gonna not add a black dice because you're not close to the asteroid field. You're just looking at it beautifully.
All right. Oh, let me get those force dice out of there.
Use the force.
All right. So
that would ruin the paint job.
I'm assuming you're asking for a piloting space roll. Is what I'm gathering. All right, let's hot dog right on in there. Look at that.
Oh, like a champ. As they give you the directions and you back up your Imperial shuttle, she's got great brakes. That's all I gotta say. And you back up to the ship, and you get the signal of please open your airlock.
Like I was born to this.
And are you
calling I didn't know?
Are you guys doing anything special with the prisoner?
Proper handoff. We'll give whoever his eyeball, his shoes, and his hand.
Do you put them in his boots?
Yep.
Well.
and immediately, with your beautiful link up with the airlock, he's like, I knew it. I knew one of you was lying to me. We're not on the station, are we?
You were smarter than you look. We got some new friends to have you meet.
You'll only get my name, rank, and serial number.
Oh, we got much more.
We have more than that.
and see me, if you totally want to drop his wife's name on him, you totally can.
Wait, not see me. It wasn't that Lachelle that had his wife's name?
No, Simi watched his
No, I did.
Nope,
I'm
3
the
days
one
later.
that viewed all the dad from his
Didn't
eye.
Lachelle also listen to his whole story about how he needed to go down to the planet to his wife?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because he has a fancy dinner.
Yeah, but that could have all been a lie.
That's true.
Oh no, confirmed. It is correct. Yeah. And the wife's name is this.
We'll give your wife your regards.
Maybe he was just wanting to spend more time with Lachelle. See if those drinks kicked in.
Yeah.
We'll be sure to get your ashes to your wife.
Ooh.
No.
Oh, no, we won't.
Right?
She will never know what has happened to you.
Yep. See me. In the cold, calculating droid voice, he just he kind of squints away at that because it's like, that's the type of shit he does.
Exactly.
So, you guys get him to his feet.
How you like it.
And
what's that?
You guys get him to his feet to take him to the airlock?
Yeah, we'll stand him up again with the force.
Ooh. As he
just to rub it in.
Awkwardly lands on his feet when you levitate him up. As you guys escort him to the airlock and the door opens up, you see a squad of 6 rebel soldiers with the ridiculous artillery helmets on. And they've got their little heavy blasters. Hwah! All standing, like they're ready to repel a border until all of a sudden the rebel officer says, "Stow your weapons, troops. I think we have a prisoner coming." And they all look in awe with the officer being escorted by you guys. And who's the first one of you guys coming through the airlock with the prisoner? Or are you just sending him off without an escort?
He's got an escort of all of these people with weapons.
Well, they're on the other side of the airlock. So there's that, like 5-foot walk. Is anyone escorting him, or are you just telling
I'll walk him?
Go.
Yeah,
I was
we're
gonna
gonna
say,
walk him out.
as the commander, I'll walk him over there to hand him off.
And I go for in case he gets froggy.
And immediately, the rebel officer comes and says, "Hello, Captain Doric. Pleasure to meet you," and immediately throws a hand out to both of you guys as he shoves the prisoner towards one of the guards.
Watch him. He's a wily one.
Put this
That's
Imperial
exactly
garbage.
what I was going to say, something along those lines. We believe we removed most of his countermeasures. However, he may have more. He definitely has a silver tongue, so be cautious. In addition, we have the last 3 days of his memory recorded, which we would like to transfer to your possession.
Ah, excellent. And it didn't even cost him an arm and a leg, it looks like. As he mocks it.
Just
only a hand and an eye.
Yeah.
As he reaches back and pulls his data pad out of its little belt holster and totally offers it to you to download the information. Rebel intelligence will definitely give you all an accommodation for this. I would hope that you would like to know what happened, and he points on his data pad to hit the play button.
Oh yeah, I'm looking.
Yep.
And as you're downloading the data, you hit the play button, and there's totally the Imperial CNN footage of the station exploding and a bunch of different ships getting damaged and destroyed. And, one shuttle at the very edge of the explosion managed to record the footage of the great industrial accident at the station. As this captain smiles at you and says, "Those look like asteroid demolition charges, not a accident, if I'm correct."
Guess they accidentally exploded.
Is this your handiwork?
Maybe.
The ISB agent is asking us this?
We don't kiss and tell.
Right.
As exit strategies go, that was an excellent one, because I don't even know if the Empire knows if this prisoner has been absconded with.
Not to mention this here shuttle.
Yeah, he would be identified as MIA on the ship.
As he
or
just
the station.
He totally smiles at you guys and says, "So not only did you snag a high-ranking ISP officer, you destroyed millions of credits worth of Imperial investment, the destruction of at least one Star Destroyer, and you got away scot-free with an Imperial shuttle."
Of course. I think the codes are still good,
Not to
just
mention,
slightly older.
So much data.
So much data.
As he's totally watching the slow loading screen bar on his data pad.
Here, you might want this info too. Give them a copy of the video footage from the camera droid of the ship they were working on.
Yep, all the inspection stuff we did.
And he's like, "This will be invaluable evidence since the station no longer exists."
Of course. Nor the fancy Star Destroyer. It was a pretty interesting ship.
We will definitely get this information directly over to Rebel Intelligence.
We also pass over the details of the Star Destroyer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, that would be on the drone's footage of you guys seeing the opening up of its communication software.
Also see me downloaded from that one computer. Remember, we were going to opt for the shuttle, but we got the shuttle at the next point. When we were there near the Super Star Destroyer, we downloaded all the schematics of it.
Is see me sharing that as well?
Yes, but I, of course, am maintaining copies of everything from my personal.
Well, of course.
In case the Rebel ship is destroyed by an Imperial patrol craft, you have to have copies. You don't just have one copy. I mean, what is this? A Death Star? You make as many copies as you can, and you spread them across the verse. So, of course, he then pulls out of his back pocket a pouch that has, it looks like 6 cylinders in it, and he totally hands it to Tozen and said, "I think for a successful mission, you deserve a celebration." And, of course, obviously, it's a pack of 6 cigars.
Nice.
Old Iranian tobacco, a rare delicacy.
Nice. Yeah, see, now if we had a propagandist, they could be slipping footage of what the Empire was doing and making that ship and how dangerous it could be to the society and stuff like that. See, but
the Empire's not here to protect you; they're spying on you.
Right.
Wear your tinfoil caps. The satellite dishes are so big they can read your minds. Instead, the rebels will just add basically clickbait to it. Would you like to know more? The station didn't have an accident.
Yep. I'm sure Rebel Command has a good propagandist somewhere.
True. They'll blend it in. So the commander asks if you guys need any resupplying on the ship.
I don't believe so.
And if you're able to tell, what's your next step of the plan?
Well, we'd be happy to trade a wonderfully lightly used Imperial shuttle for some kind of other transportation.
Unfortunately, the only thing we have on this cruiser is a trio of Y-wings. They are the 2-seater models.
Okay. What? Wait. Is this Thunder Squadron?
You know Thunder Squadron? Unfortunately, we were only lucky enough to have one sortie with Thunder Squadron. This is Vermilion Squadron.
Oh, okay.
Our pilot captain is this Skull Eater.
Perhaps you could point us to the nearest rebel-friendly planet where we could exchange the shuttle for something less conspicuous.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, kind of hard to fly back with, a shuttle from the station.
Especially to the Imperial Academy planet where we're just going to park in a neighborhood.
Right.
As he definitely takes a moment, he looks at his data pad and does some quick calculations as he's just like, no, I don't think that's a good one. No, I don't think that's a good one. Have you heard of the planet Ord Mantell?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have.
I think possibly you could, in some of the junkyards on the planet, I think we could send a message out to one of our couriers there to see about finding a place where you could covertly land this Imperial brick and swap it out for something in one of the junkyards.
Right on.
Would you like me to reach out to one of my contacts?
Yes, please.
And he totally, leaves you guys, closes the airlock, goes back to his comm system. About 30 minutes later, he comes back and he's just like, excellent news. And he pulls out a little plastic sheet and touches it twice, and it displays it's basically a business flyer for Dozen's junkyard. It's a Toydarian junk shop. Half price on slightly used spacecraft. Willing to buy, sell, trade, scrap. As he says, if you can discreetly make it to his location, he said he would be able to have his Jawa chop shop disassemble this craft and give you something more discreet if you would like, with papers, no less.
That would be awesome.
Yep.
Is there any information I should forward communication-wise have set up for those papers? Or did you want to tell him when you're on site?
Probably best we tell him on site.
Very well. And he totally gives you both a handshake and a crisp salute with a "May the Force be with you." You've
And
done
also with you.
You've done a
always.
great boon for the rebellion. He's still kind of.
See that, Jim? I even set you up with a new session for us.
And oddly enough, he does keep looking at his hand every time he shakes Tozen's hand. I think it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
probably not. It probably feels like there's 3 fingers where there should be 5.
Yeah, shaking through a holograph.
Uh-huh. As, they totally, disembark from you guys and give you a communication saying, if you'd like, we'll let you take off first. If your Imperial shuttle should have Lord Mantel's current navigation updates.
All right.
If that helps.
Okay.
As
Let's
Goldberg
check it.
Be right back.
No, well, she said be right back. She's back
Yep.
now, I believe, the B. So,
Okay.
all right, well, appreciate it. Peace out.
And they totally give you the chance to leave first, so that way, you feel like you're at the safer advantage. As who's gonna do the astrogation?
Seeming you want to do it this time?
Okay, go ahead and give me an astrogation. And conveniently, as you look up the records, you realize it is a easy roll because yes, your hyperdrive records are completely updated with a blue and only a purple. Is there anything for your jump you would like to spend that ridiculous amount of advantage on?
Coming in on the dark side of the moon, undetected, and
3 advantage would totally give you that you could approach undetected.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that. That's a good idea.
Oh, that totally steals some of my thunder right there.
Yep.
As you guys are flying. It's about an 8-hour trip to Ord Mantell, and immediately you crack out. See me, you totally warned them that you'll be in the gravity shadow of the planet, and you got them as absolutely close to the planet as you could. So as long as your pilot can easily pilot himself to the planet side, you should be able to avoid any interference from the interdictor that's in the orbit or the planetary command and control. And I'm assuming she's just going to say she tells you exactly that.
Exactly.
Of course. Not a
you
problem.
took the words right out of my mouth.
And as soon as you guys pop out, Melnock, you realize that you are ridiculously close to the gravity well. This is like, almost unsafe, but Simi's coordinates were so precise that you were like there's a paper width between gravity well and where you popped out. And you immediately know that if you start towards that junkyard on the location there, if you make a average pilot check, you have no problem getting to the planet and landing in the junkyard completely sight unseen. You've got this. You've even hit the upgrade while I was going on and on.
Yes, I did. Well, early.
I got your upgrade in there as we all pause to see if Toza wants to spend that last blue of his.
I think
we're probably okay. I mean, we've still got a half hour left in the session. Let's keep it for a little bit longer.
Okay, so go ahead and give me your piloting check. As you're just like, hold on, and you're diving into the atmosphere. The Imperial gray glows cherry red for a few seconds. What would you like for that advantage?
I don't know. We sit down in a nice little concealed spot without any detection. Even the shop owner doesn't notice us sit down in their space.
The camera pans back on the planet where we see like industrial warehouse, industrial open river. Then all of a sudden there's like a junkyard where there's like chopped up Republic cruiser from the Clone Wars era, and a bunch of separatist droids chopped to pieces, and then this beautiful rust red scrapyard where it looks like stuff from before the Clone Wars is there. And all of a sudden, from a cloud bank, you come ripping down during that last minute stop, and landing pads lower, and you slowly come down with steam reeking off the hull as it's cooling off in the atmosphere. And you guys open the loading ramp and come out like big damn heroes, and all of a sudden, like, a Jawa comes walking by cleaning up a part with a toothbrush, and he's just like, "Utini!" and drops the brush in the part and goes running off to let somebody know that you guys are here.
And Jim, I would just like to take a moment to say darn you for picking a planet that I don't have the book for.
Well, if you look at the Star Wars wiki, you'll get pretty much everything about Port Mantell that you need. It's got great casinos. It's got a great crime ring. And there's smugglers leaving the planet so often that's kind of why you had an easy time getting into the planet without getting caught. Because they're constantly chasing these bootleggers trying to leave the planet. You can only secure the planet so well.
Come on. And my wonderful piloting skill.
And the wonderful piloting skill. And the wonderful astrogation.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's in one of the adventure modules, and I have no real interest in buying those.
Understandable. But yeah, if you wiki it, you'll totally pull up everything that's in the book.
Yep.
It's a fun spot.
As you guys come on out and you totally see this junkyard, there's a bunch of Corellian manufactured ships, all different styles and various levels of degrade. So we're talking like the Millennium Falcon in Rise of Skywalker on worse. Everything looks like it could use some work. And then there's this beautiful gunmetal gray Imperial shuttle. And you guys can practically feel glowing eyes looking at you from the darkness. As you guys look around and notice that there's a good, dozen Jawas in different locations giving you guys the eyeball. And with them, it's the glowy eyeballs.
Yeah. Whatever. Just ignore them and keep walking.
And you totally see this very large shop that looks like it was cut out of a portable habitat that used to be used back in the old days, where they would drop them off on the planets before they would get the Duracrete there and make the Adobe styles. And that looks like to be the office, since you're seeing a bunch of different signs pointing at it. Exit this way. Best deals in the galaxy. We have the hyperdrive parts you're looking for. We accept Imperial credits, Hut credits, and trade. So you guys start walking to the office?
Yeah. And we got a trade for you.
Okay, immediately you see like some Jawas kind of like running ahead of you guys. Obviously looks like they're going to snitch unless you want to say or do something.
I don't care if they tell personally, but
yeah, they can announce us. I mean, we already sent word ahead that we were coming in with this, so.
And immediately, like, you see 3 Jawas going up the little stairs, and the stairs have been made so like half of them are regular people size, the other half are tiny people size, so there's twice as many stairs on half. but they're very short footfalls. And these little guys are scampering up there, and they're banging on the walls, banging on the door. And immediately the door, it's one of those double doors, where it's a bar if you open the top door, or it's a lower door if you open that door. And the top one flips open, and Darian comes flapping out flying, and he's got his, change box on one side that you would see it like an old arcade, where you can make change right then and there. As he's looking at the Jawas, and he's like, calm down, little ones. You know not to get excited. What do you think we have here? And he's like looking around, and he totally picks his goggles off his forehead and puts them on his eyes, and you see them do the whole his optical enhancers. And he's like, oh, Imperial shuttle in almost cherry condition. The Durosteel plates alone would fetch good money.
Just one dent on the inside.
Looks like a guy's face on the inside door. As he comes fluttering down, and the Jawas scamper down, following him. A couple of Jawas come climbing down off different junk in the area. So
I would hope that one of our people would, at his noticing what a wonderful specimen this ship is, pipe up about it's worthy of a top level trade.
Yeah, I'm schmoozing.
So he flaps down to you guys, completely beating you to the stairs. And there's a nice little semicircle of Jawas, and they're just kind of like chittering and talking amongst themselves. And you see little hand signals being popped off between each other. And he's like, Jawas, little ones, go back to work, find something to steal. Find something to clean and bring back to us. Go, do your job.
Don't touch the ship. Don't touch the ship.
You heard him. Don't touch the ship until we have a bill of sale. Then everything can be disassembled legally. So, are you the friends I was to expect?
Indeed.
I must say you must be very good in the piloting. I didn't even see you all coming, and I've got, and he points up to his building where there's a comm tower from a battle cruiser up there and radar. I keep the communications tower and the radar system working just in case the Imperials want to blow up my new house.
Yeah, well, we were told to be discreet.
I discreet. You are like shadows of the moon before it passes before a sun. I was expecting like some crazy landing or a flyby, or maybe some TIE fighters in pursuit. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. So
what do you think? This is a movie?
What kind of deal are you looking for?
What guys help me out? What kind of a deal are we looking for?
Probably something nondescript, cargo transport with some good smuggling compartments, that kind of thing.
Just, a discreet transport with some weaponry would be nice, and in good shape and quality, because the ship data and box and coordinates is worth a small fortune alone, much less the materials. Because it is a fresh ship with fresh code, fresh data, fresh coordinates, the whole works.
And nobody knows it's missing.
Yes, and he's just like, oh.
It is assumed destroyed on a space station that seemed to have accidentally blown up.
And let us go. And then there's a screen swipe as you guys get on the ship, and he's like inspecting everything with his inspector goggles, because that's literally what they are. They're assessor's goggles. As he's like, nice interior. The seats are barely broken in. As he like steps on the seats and feels how fresh the fabric feels. And he turns around and says, "Okay, So, which one of you is gonna twist my wing to get the best deal you can here? Who is it that I need to schmooze to not get ripped off in this exchange?
And this is a frickin' Togruta, right? Or not Togruta, but
Toydarian.
Yeah, Toydarian. Yeah.
What do you think you are, a Jedi?
Yeah. No, this guy.
Yeah. No,
Yeah. Who's the
I
negotiator?
put my hand on my chest and I'm like, you wound me, friend. We would never seek to take advantage of you nor your goodwill.
Oh, this one I like. I like her. She is good. She is good. I do want to know. What kind of recreational vehicle are you needing?
And I give you the details that the guys just gave me.
Something subtle that you can,
Yep.
Mm.
That has a clean bill of health. Literally all of the details that they gave. That's the information that I share, and I want it to go well, and I'm smiling.
A nice freighter would be nice,
with some armaments and some cargo holds.
No super nefarious background would be nice.
Right.
Interesting. I've got a few different light freighters, but interesting what you're asking for. So go ahead and give me, Lachelle, your best negotiation.
We'll go ahead and throw a blue on that.
And I'm going to give you a blue as well as somebody sent word ahead that treat them right.
And why not? Because we got them.
Oh, don't roll yet.
Thank you.
Don't roll yet.
I mean, we got them, and it's getting towards the end, so might as well send
I got your difficulty in there.
True that.
All right. I'm looking to see if there's anything. And okay.
Yes.
And we're going to do a negotiation.
Yep.
Right. Are all of my numbers correct?
All of your numbers are correct.
All right.
Yes. So he's like, blushing deep purple blue with you, and he's being really, flirty of, I was told by our mutual friends that you're good people, and that any good feelings that I give to you would be reciprocated 100-fold. And I can only assume that would mean for anyone of our mutual friend circle. He's all sly and things with you, because you totally get the feeling, yes, he supports the rebellion in his own way. Mm-hmm. I've got some options for you, but I'll be honest. The first three are garbage. We just need to walk by them, fly by like they are stinkweeds in the swamps of my homeland.
Okay.
Hey, Golda.
I smile and I appreciate you holding on to the good items for us.
Excellent. And he claps and hollers for his Jawas, and they start pulling tarps off what looked like a second ago mounds of garbage, as the tarps and the pieces of cargo ship chunks that have been used to disguise the ships comes peeling off. And he says, so for you, I have two beautiful ladies that need to fly again.
So, Golda, have you yet used your session ability?
I have not. And that was what I was taking so long before I rolled for this. Because it's that I can notice an important detail that a chosen character would prefer to conceal, unmatched insight. The character realizes the motivation of each affected participant Upgrade all social checks. Oh, there you go. Upgrade the ability of all social checks once per leverage upgrade against that character until the end of the encounter. But I feel like he's already.
This is a good deal.
Yeah,
one
it feels
pilot,
like he's
one
already on our side.
Engineering, 80 encumbrance, passenger capacity 16, Stinger assault boarding tubes. It's got forward-mounted retractable twin medium laser cannon, a forward-mounted retractable twin light ion cannon, and forward-mounted retractable proton torpedo launcher. It's basically officially the 4R3 is classified as a light freighter instead of a military assault craft, though very much a military assault craft. Major deception actually originated in a deal between somebody, Tel Gorand, and the corporate sector authority. So it's a good ship and a good deal.
It looks like your friend knows ships. This is an old 4R3 light assault transport used by the old CSA and by pirates. So we kind of fixed her up a little. I mean, she doesn't fit everything you're asking for, but our mutual friend said you might want something a little on the less conspicuous side. Her belly is not as big as she could be. You know, she doesn't carry as much as she should, but she really packs some really powerful power when she opens up what's under her hood. And he points at like some armor plating and basically is gesturing that those are retractable weapons that can be concealed.
Yeah. Primary class, hyperdrive 2, a little slow, but medium sensors. That's really good.
She's got a great sensor sweep, but unfortunately the photon torpedo launchers are empty.
If I do a schematic where I can grant familiarity with a building or a ship's design and stuff, can I see whether or not he's on the up and up?
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
Well, I will also do.
And that's a 2 purple, right?
3 purple.
3 purple.
I will do that.
Yeah,
and what's
I was
his,
I was gonna use them. Okay.
Well, no, I actually using force dice, and what am I sensing is basic emotions.
You're actually sensing that he's excited to see the ship take off. He's been holding this ship for, somebody special, and he thinks maybe you guys are the something special. And I've got your upgrade in there, Simi.
No feelings of shysterness.
No ripping offness, no.
Okay.
And Simi, with your role, you remember that Empire has some schematics of similar ships. And you do know that this is a really great ship for someone who wants to attack other ships, because it does have the Stinger assault boarding tube, which looks pristine on this model. It's one of the few things that seems to be in perfect working order. That can basically just, in less than 3 rounds, cut into another ship.
Yep.
And of course, he does offer you a second option, which when he shows you that, you can totally use the same role for it, for a far-reach reconnaissance ship. It basically has ridiculous sensors, but it does not have heavy weapons. It's got 1 twin light laser cannon, but it's got ridiculous sensors. So if
medium's pretty darn good. So I mean that's better than average. So.
Oh yeah, but the other ship has extreme sensor range.
Yeah.
If you want to spy on someone.
Yeah, it probably didn't have the weapons though.
And it only has less cargo space and less crew space.
Yeah.
It can only fit 2 passengers, whereas the other one can fit 16 passengers.
Yeah, so very cramped.
As he looks at you guys and he's saying, "So, is this a great deal or what? Two beautiful ladies that just need some fresh paints and maybe a few extra screws put in them. One that's got a big look at that sensor sweep. That schnoz of a sensor sweep can smell a Tumakian worm under the slime from a mile away. Reminds me of my grandmother. She could swoop in and get the worms every time. You've never lived until you've eaten fresh Tarakian worm. Or do you want the one that's made for poking holes in bolts and has the ability to hide the heavily armed woman with blades of light your enemies? I mean, and if you can get some photon torpedoes, they're illegal as shit. You can get some. You could totally put them in there and ruin somebody's day.
Yeah. Now
I go for the Big Bertha.
The 4R3 has three armor, 32 all 19 system strain with it is a little bigger for silhouette, but 3 speed and a little bit of handling, but it's got a 2 front shield, 1 back shield. So I mean, it's a decent ship, a little slower, but inconspicuous looking because basic ship instead of having all the stuff that is on it.
Mm-hmm. The fact that its forward medium laser cannons are concealed, and it's got retractable forward-mounted twin light ion cannons for disabling ships.
Disabling instead of destroying.
Yep. Yeah, I say we go for the 4R3.
So, what business name are you wanting the ship's title put in, or is it an individual you'd like us to use? Don't worry, all of my ships come with a bill of sale. Everything's on the up and up. Are you going to put the real business name into it?
We are not putting our real business name here.
I'm sure we got some kind of.
What does our little shop need this kind of ship for?
Transport droids to people.
Assault transport?
It's a light freighter, technically.
It's a light transport. Just they don't need to know that it's an assault light transport.
Sometimes getting a delivery there on time requires a little extra something.
Right. Droids are on high demand. You got to protect them. Space is a dangerous place. So, but I'm sure we have some sub LLC that to the business.
Okay, so some adjacent, barely known LLC. And what name and home port do you want me to put her under?
So we'll call her Lopter.
Lobster, I like it. It reminds me of food back home.
Not lobster, Lopter.
That's what? What's that name?
Lopter is a Norse version of Loki.
Ah. Okay then.
I've never heard that one.
And since it is a trickster ship, Loki was the first thing that came to mind.
Ho 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 ho. And of course, he takes you guys back up to the office, flutters and opens the door and says, "Don't let the Jawas in. Like, if they get in my office, everything falls apart. I want to know how many chairs I've had to replace."
I bet.
Great at stripping ships, as he says. So handshake that the deal is complete. Fair trade.
Indeed.
Good, as you totally see he's got like a telescope in his office window, and from the distance you already see little brown specks crawling over the gunmetal gray ship.
And it's got 4 hard points to play with still.
And then, all of a sudden you hear Utini! And a big gray bulkhead comes sliding off the ship.
Nice. Isn't that just peachy?
As he totally takes a DOS data pad and puts your information into it. And which one of you is the engineer on the ship?
I think I am. Skills.
Sounds good to me.
All
It
right.
ain't me.
Here, take this data pad and you just want to slot it into the DOS on the ship, and it will.
There's no engineering skill. So what does engineering fall under? Mechanics? Okay, so yeah, it is me.
So just slide this into the DOS on the hyperdrive, and it will set it up under your registration. Everything you need is there, unless you want to spend some credits for something a little extra.
Such as?
Is there anything you're looking for?
Anything else we're looking for, anybody?
Has anybody wanted something that was a bit pricey that we could maybe get a better deal on?
It is Ord Mantell. There's a great black market here. Anything you want, you can find here.
Any attachments that you may want? We got 4 hard points if he's talking something like that.
If you got the credits, he can get the parts.
Oh boy.
As we can totally say, the next thing the camera sees is you guys flying out of the atmosphere with little occasional smoke poof and an occasional little piece of scrap going fluttering off that's not part of the actual ship. And if you decide there's anything you want, we can totally do that on the downtime.
Roger.
Since, it's 9 o'clock. As you guys have the lopper.
Lobster.
Smuggling compartments would be 1,200 for 25 encumbrance capacity. 25 encumbrance.
We definitely need to add the amphibious modification.
Yeah, why?
No.
Yeah.
Totally park it in the nearby coastline.
Because it's a Viking assault ship.
Right?
Well, that's a good deal.
Procedure, land it on the water and sink it.
So for those that might not realize, we got basically a 300K ship for a 140K ship. So
Just needs a little work, a little touch of paint.
I'm thinking like maybe an armored computer core.
I was looking at that, like Whisper Soft or Whisper Thrust engines, but they're like 75K, or 7,500.
Well, yeah, it turns a jet into a stealth Harrier.
Yeah, it makes it basically increases difficulty to detect vessel by 2 while traveling at speeds lower than 3, and where 3s are max. So
basically, your Thunderhawk.
Yeah, smuggling compartment's 1,200, and then it's like I think another 100 for a second mod to it for 50 encumbrance capacity, but it only has like 80, so that would be probably a little obvious that something's missing.
Why is half your cargo hold gone? I don't know.
Right.
It's luxury accommodations.
Weird. What did you do with it?
Right.
It was right here a minute ago.
So as you guys go fluttering back home, even willing to give you the astrogation charts to get back home, if you're willing to tell him where home is.
I don't know. We got a pretty good astromech, but I mean.
Well, and we only have to get within. We only have to get so close. Right? We don't have to tell you exactly where we live. We just need to go someplace that we know how to get home from.
It's true.
True. Just got to make sure for the final jump, we're not jumping into what used to be a space station. So,
I mean, we can give him the planet we're on.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, it's not like he's going to try. I mean, maybe he will, but smuggling on the Imperial Naval Academy planet
would probably be a bad
Yeah.
life choice.
Right.
Yeah. Obviously, if we were sent here, he's got some discreetness going on. So,
Yep.
how's everybody's gunnery? Advanced targeting array might not be bad to
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, or a gunnery
upgrade
brain.
gunnery for those that can't shoot, in case we have to shoot.
As everyone's looking through, there's a Jawa that walks up with a data catalog. And as he's
That's
showing it,
4K.
he's totally, checking your belt for
I
things
have
to take.
only one green in gunnery.
Okay, so I'm not the worst at it.
I've got 2 green in gunnery.
I've got 3 green.
Okay, so an upgrade might be an option. It's 4K. I have 6K. I'm willing to contribute to. But if we have to shoot, an upgrade probably wouldn't hurt.
Let the
So
tech do
here's what I
the aiming
propose,
for
because
you.
it is 9 o'clock. We all come prepared for the next session with ideas of what we want for ship upgrades.
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds like a wiener.
If you have Ogdudes, what you can do is go into the vehicles section of that. You can pull up our ship and, buy it. You don't have to buy it. You can just add it, and then it'll show you when you go into the attachments for the ship. It'll show you everything that's available.
And as well, the link I sent for both the ships is the Star Wars RPG FFG fan page. So if you go to the link on the ship and you go into the little magnifying glass, you type in Edge of Empire ship modifications, and it'll pop up almost all the mods.
Cool.
So, most important question of the evening, Jim.
You succeeded in blowing up the station, and you didn't even watch. You flew off like bosses. And
but we've watched the video like 7 times already.
Right? We pause it at particular scenes. Is that the cap or the admiral of the station floating off right there? Oh, I think that's just his head.
That's enough. As you guys get 20 experience points. 25 because you got the extra party bonus, which was the ISB agent.
25.
So 25. 20 for
Holy
How many did we? What did we get last week?
20.
We got 20 last week.
Or 15. Was it 15 or 20?
We got 20 last week. I spent 15 just of that. But yeah.
Because you succeeded at the mission, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to jump in your character sheets and double check, but I think there's probably another duty dump you're going to need to do before next session.
I don't have much, so I only got 10 total. I don't know if we got is that a combat victory?
That is definitely a combat victory of blowing up a big damn space station. I'm gonna jump your up in there. So give me till like tomorrow night to do so.
Okay.
And then y'all can discuss.
And hey, look at that! I'm now a figurehead.
Oh.
So is that like a bobblehead?
Kind of. Kind of like a bobblehead. Yeah, it's a figure with a bobblehead, a figurehead.
His long neck goes wong, 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 wong.
Right. All right. Okay. So 25, not 250.
25.
250. Woo!
It kept his then, so.
I am not only purchasing the figurehead career, I am also filling it out completely.
Right?
Okay. Good night, guys.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good job, all.
Good night, gang. Yeah, great work.
Good night, guys, and
bye, gang.
Congratulations for being big damn hardcore freaking super spies. Because the fact that you managed to, as a turn of despair around, and capture an ISB agent in the same way, just because he wanted to go home to dinner with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know,
And
he's an Imperial.
he's now your prisoner of the rebels while KIA.
He's,
Yep.
That's the big one, is the fact that he's KIA.
Yep. Nobody's even looking for him. His wife just assumes he blew up on the station.
I should get retirement and medals and all kinds of good
Yeah.
stuff.
Posthumous
All right.
awards. Meanwhile, he's on some rebel ship and someone's saying, "Get the Bandagora!"
As we're handing him over, don't worry. We'll make sure your wife is well taken care of.
That's cool, man. All right. I'll see you on Thursday.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, good night.
Have a good night, guys.